point here is that the Rams have already run 23 plays against that Dallas defense. Off the fake, Prescott throwing, wide open, making the catch is CeeDee Lamb.
3rd and 6, movement. Atlanta may have jumped. Prescott realizes and throws complete. It's CeeDee Lamb. Big game to the rookie from Oklahoma, down to the 23. 1:43 to go. No timeouts. 2nd and 10. It's a 4-man rush for Prescott. Near side wide open is Lamb. No one's near him. CeeDee Lamb down to the 30. They're in field goal range already. That's a big news because Rashard Higgins is inactive today, so they are short wide receivers. Prescott, pressure coming, gets a block, though, stands in. Wide open, CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Return 78 yards. Chargers leading this one.
Wow, Carissa, thanks. Prescott tipped and caught. You believe that? CeeDee Lamb, right place, right time.
You know, you came out and had a 3-and-out for your offense. Your defense does this. What is special teams going to do for field position here?
First time Browns have been 3-and-out all day long. Gillen's punt. Lamb's got it at the 10. Makes a couple moves. CeeDee Lamb has some blocking. Can he get there? And a good return by Lamb out across the 35-yard line. 11th play of the drive. 3:47 to play. Blitz coming. Throwing a fade. Going for the corner. Lamb has got it! Touchdown, Dallas!
Second and 10. Wide open. What a cut, too. Lamb with a stiff arm on Colbert, and he's out of bounds with 38 seconds. If they failed to pick up any yardage here and they decided to go field goal. 3rd and 4. Oh, what a catch! And yes, they're going to tack on yardage. You just never know when a moment like this arises.
And it's the old theory is you just don't want the season to be 100% over when you lose one guy.
Dalton's pass is caught for the first down by Lamb.
They got to somehow figure a way to get him loose and pop him for a big one.
Final minute, 3rd quarter. Lamb comes back for it. Has a big game. There is a flag down into Arizona territory, down to the 39-yard line of the Cardinals. We'll see if that's coming back.
It's been a struggle for them all night.
Quick throw. Dalton. Lamb's got this one. Picks up a nice block from Schultz. And the Cowboys trying to get something going here, early stages of the 4th quarter.
2nd down and 3. The fake and then a little toss here to Wilson. And then he tosses it back to CeeDee Lamb, the rookie out of Oklahoma. And Lamb takes it all the way out near midfield, and DiNucci threw a block to spring him. So a little razzle-dazzle on DiNucci's 2nd play.
Sliding, throwing, touchdown, Dallas! CeeDee Lamb. It's away from the heat, fires it sideline. Oh, what a catch at the 50. They'll have a chance for a heave or two. That is Lamb.
2nd and goal. Dalton. Looking end zone, he throws. What a catch! CeeDee Lamb for a Cowboys touchdown. And now they will go for 2, looking to make it a 3-point game. Elliott flips it back to CeeDee Lamb, who walks it in. And Dallas now leads.
3rd and 6 at the 38. Bengals bring extra pressure. Dalton hit as he throws, looking to the sideline, and there's CeeDee Lamb. Another conversion on 3rd. They're 5 of 6 in the first half on 3rd down.
Gang, gang.
Well, thanks. 1st down and 10. And this is CeeDee Lamb. Nice move in the backfield to get free. And Lamb, with some running room after that move, gets another 1st down. He juked Josh Bynes in the backfield. 2nd and 7.
They got him on a double move.
And Dalton finds CeeDee Lamb. And Lamb inside the 30 and down at the 29-yard line with a flag down.
they jump. Free play. Dalton. Nice catch by Lamb. Oh, what a grab. Has the first down near the 41. Player is down for San Francisco. It's a 23-yard leaping catch by the rookie Lamb. Andy Dalton out of TCU, 3rd and 6. Pressured on the move and downfield. He's got Lamb. Oh, what a catch. What a throw. What a play. To the 11 of San Francisco. Dalton does it again. 46-yard completion to the sensational rookie. And here we go. Onside kick. Nice catch right there. It's Lamb. He's off to the races. And this baby is over. And Dallas gets that play with Lamb returning it all the way for a touchdown.
The offense is more efficient. He's taking less sacks and protecting the football.
Only 4 incompletions for Dalton today. 17 of 21. And he finds his man, CeeDee Lamb, for a Cowboys touchdown. 52 yards from Dalton to Lamb. Over 900 yards of offense as Dalton gets it into the hands of CeeDee Lamb. And he takes it in for another Cowboys touchdown. And an exclamation point here in week 16.
Minute 45 to go in the opening quarter. Here comes the blitz. Fake throw. Prescott hangs in, throws, caught. That is Lamb, and Lamb is, as the field judge looks at it, a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. A lot of verbalizing at the line of scrimmage. Blitz coming. Throws, caught at the 40-yard line, and a first down and more for CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb has put them very close to field goal range.
The more you can get him out there and get him in space, the better you are.
Yep. Here's the carry by Lamb. Middle of the field.
You can't. Yeah, because they're up there on a man-to-man now. He's got to try and scramble and then throw it.
Lamb with the catch. Able to get away from Murray. He's got Elliott off his right wing. Gives it to Elliott. He's out of bounds at the 4.
I think he got to the 1, Jim.
On 1st and 10 off the play fake. Elliott wants a deep shot, middle of the field. He's got it. CeeDee Lamb going to be just short of the goal line for 44 yards. Working on Steven Nelson.
Extra men on the rush. Prescott airs it out. Lamb got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. With that opening possession of the second half to be able to come away with 3 points. Here's CeeDee Lamb. He delivers a blow right into Logan Ryan.
Saca la jugada con un segundo Prescott. Suelta al lado izquierdo, está libre, totalmente solo CeeDee Lamb. Primero y 10 para Dallas. Adelante de su yarda 30.
How do they not score in the red zone each time? This is the one I get to use the record-breaking, the number.
And then show you the graphic as they go with the pass to Lamb and the touchdown.
Outstanding throw by Dak Prescott. An awesome route by CeeDee Lamb. And look at those legends, Jim.
They do have a bye next week, and he was walking to the locker room. His gait looked pretty normal. Here's 2nd and 11. Unloading and finding. In the secondary was Lamb, left alone.
Run them all across the field. Someone gets open.
Prescott in the middle, and it's pulled down. They're in field goal range with Lamb. We should take a timeout here.
Should take a timeout. Yep. It sounds to me like we have so many good players that it's so nice. But you're right.
Throws it down the field. It's caught at the 10, and this game is over. The Cowboys win it. CeeDee Lamb
The play on the timeout. This was it, Jim. You asked me what the play was.
35 yards to win it, 35-29.
And he might. To the outside he goes, and a little low, but the catch is made at the 23 by CeeDee Lamb. 4 receivers this time.
Look out.
To the left side. Wilson is looking to throw. Keeps his eyes downfield. Throws caught. Hits Lamb all the way to the 23-yard line.
You got to throw it out to Lamb. Get some blocking. A lot of blocking. First down and more into Falcons territory. And a big play to Lamb. They split Connor McGovern out as an extra lineman. He was there to make a wall. And Lamb with a huge pickup of 37. Blitz coming. Picked up. Prescott unloading. End zone. Caught by Lamb. Touchdown. Prescott has time. Fires. Caught. Lamb breaks the tackle. First down and obviously more. Down near the 11. 3rd and 7. Blitz coming. Prescott in trouble. Lofting it to the corner. Lamb gets there. Touchdown.
He's got it wrapped up. He's going to try to go. Here's Lamb with a catch. Great moves. CeeDee Lamb is still rumbling down to the 1. Boy, that was pretty to watch as 88 went for 32. Prescott, good protection, wide open. CeeDee Lamb breaks a tackle and turns in a big play. Prescott throws and the pass caught. CeeDee Lamb. What a throw. Absolutely perfect, and Lamb snatched it for 20 yards. And he just wants to help this team win, and they've got a lot of guys like that on this Cowboys team.
Here's one down the middle to Lamb, and a sliding catch by number 88. And a big play of 25 yards for Dallas.
This kind of double A gap. They could bring everyone. Those guys could drop into their zones, try to cloud the picture.
Get it out quickly to Lamb, who breaks the tackle. CeeDee Lamb surging forward, and he's got the first down.
Tress Way has the 3rd best punting average in NFL history. Way in his 8th season will send it down in the direction of CeeDee Lamb, who backs up, fields at the 5, has some room. Lamb coming to the near sideline and gets out to about the 26-yard line.
They put him outside, motion him, jet sweeps, all kinds of things.
Tack rolling and throwing. Nice grab at the 45. CeeDee Lamb going up high to grab it away from Bobby McCain. Cowboys loving this fast pace. They've already gained 112 yards. Another free play coming here. And making the grab at the 23-yard line is Lamb again. Back-to-back for CeeDee. The chances would be infinitesimal. Prescott. Good ball handling. Caught in Washington territory. CeeDee Lamb.
Dak Prescott, even though they haven't had a lot of success, you'd like to see him try to get a running game going a little bit.
Here's Lamb. Big play to start the drive. 26 yards.
After what they went through a year ago, they've been outstanding.
Here's Prescott. Finds a seam in the middle. CeeDee Lamb shakes off a would-be tackler. Hung onto the ball. Gives you a good effort there.
Cowboys scored a touchdown last time they had it. Here's Lamb, one-on-one. Lowers his shoulder and takes it to the goal line just short. Play clock near 1. Corner of the end zone. Lamb, one-handed try. He got it. Touchdown, Lamb. What a catch. What a throw. And the Cowboys back on top.
With Rush back to pass over the middle. CeeDee Lamb in stride and a big gain out across the 35. Perfect throw from Cooper Rush, and Lamb has 23. Four-man rush. Pressure on Rush. Fires. Caught for the touchdown. CeeDee Lamb.
From the 35 rush away from Graham. Down CeeDee Lamb on the run. Lamb to the 40-yard line. Goes down there. Gets the ball right back to the center, who places it down. Maximize the clock.
The rookie second rounder out of Kentucky.
He's good.
Had off-season hernia surgery. Throw down the field, and it is a reception by CeeDee Lamb.
Traded to Philadelphia to help bolster their pass rush. They're 6-0, playing Pittsburgh later today. Off the fake, Prescott looking end zone for Lamb. He's got him. Back-to-back outstanding Dallas drives to open the day.
CeeDee Lamb in the backfield. Prescott back to throw. Gets it to Lamb, who breaks a tackle, and he's in for the touchdown.
That is not a job for the faint of heart. That is full speed energy for about 60 yards. Great play.
Second and 8. Prescott looking deep, going deep. It is caught on the run. Lamb's got it, and a big gainer. CeeDee Lamb inside the 15. Pollard back in the game. Fake it to him. Deep drop. Prescott lofting one. He's got it. Lamb gonna walk in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Brought into the league by Pete Carroll. Great admiration for Coach Carroll and his way with players. Same kind of thing from Ed. Here's a 2nd and 4. On the sideline.
Oh, wow.
What a catch. The feet are down.
40-3 the victory there. Taking on their rivals, the Giants here. And they're going to start with a little jet sweep. CeeDee Lamb. Uh-oh. Big room for Lamb out across at 30 and a quick first down. Here's Prescott. Some time, loading up, going deep. And it's Lamb who makes the catch inside the 10. Blitz coming. Picked up. Prescott looking to run. Throws across his body downfield. Oh, Lamb, a one-hander. And a penalty to boot. CeeDee Lamb, what a grab.
Lost his mind for a minute.
Giants come with the blitz. 3rd and long. Prescott in trouble. Unloads it. It's caught. Lamb inside the 10 and tackled down at the 2. CeeDee Lamb having a big second half.
Dak organizing the guys. Colts bring 5. Prescott throws underneath, complete. CeeDee Lamb, was he down? They say no for now, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And it has been the key to their season.
The 31, Dak gets it out quick. CeeDee Lamb breaks a tackle down the sideline. CeeDee still in bounds. He's been so terrific after the catch tonight. Rodney McLeod missed that one on Lamb.
And you see all those black pellets flying, and there he goes again.
Simple. He's like, hold on to the replay. I'm going to show you the real thing again.
3rd down and 8. Prescott looking, going deep. It is caught for a first down. CeeDee Lamb has it. 3rd and 8. Prescott stands in, delivers a strike to CeeDee Lamb for a first down. Lamb cuts back, gets a block, still going. Lamb inside the 40. Huge play on 3rd and long to CeeDee Lamb. He got a block from Michael Gallup.
It's fantastic. He is hard to match up with there in the slot.
All day, Prescott lofting, going for it again to Lamb, who's got it. CeeDee Lamb, a couple big ones back to back. Prescott, quick drop, throws underneath. Lamb's got it, makes a move, and then the speed from CeeDee Lamb. First down and more, out across the 45 and up to midfield. Wow.
That's unfortunate. He's had a great start to this game, but you mentioned it. Michael Gallup can continue with T.Y. Hilton.
Four-man rush. Prescott going deep. Has Lamb. He's got it.
and the spin, and he's in. Touchdown, Dallas. Third and 7, sweat jump, free play. Prescott sees it, fires, caught. Lamb catches, takes a hit, it doesn't matter. Down to the 36 of Philadelphia. Prescott fires, caught, Lamb, touchdown.
Prescott rolling, buying time, firing, open, caught into Tennessee territory. CeeDee Lamb.
Prescott firing, and it's caught for the touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. With 6 seconds left.
That time he gets called for a hold.
Blitz coming. Prescott unloads quickly. Lamb, nice caught. CeeDee Lamb, who is spinning and working his way down near the 45.
Third down and 4. Prescott, good protection, wide open and caught. CeeDee Lamb, and he rolls out of bounds with a big play and a first down as he gets 26.
And so they go. Fourth down. Lamb on a jet sweep. Had to make a man miss, and he does. And he's got a first down. He got around Afunga that time. On the fake, Prescott loading up. Has a man. It's Lamb. He has got it. Oh, what a catch. CeeDee Lamb. There's a penalty as well. The indication is on San Francisco. Let's see.
On 3rd and 4. Dak's got 4 out there, throws it over the top, and wide open CeeDee Lamb. Stopped it and goes. Lamb down the sideline to the 20-yard line and knocked out of bounds at the 19.
So it's a 1st and 12 now for Dallas. Quick slant, and he's got Lamb in stride. CeeDee Lamb spinning and going. Big gain, ball's out. Covered up. 10-point lead, by the way, in the 4th quarter before losing. Here's Prescott, 2nd and 9. Oh, what a hit. Oh, and he holds on Lamb at the 46. Tumbled by Tony Adams.
Wow. One of the premier inside defenders.
Got back. Prescott slides, fires, completes. First down, perfect route run by CeeDee, and the Cowboys move the chains.
Cardinals have scored on all 5 possessions. On 3rd down, Prescott off his back foot, lofting for Lamb. He's got it. This time beating Clark. First time Lamb's gotten free. He does so for 32.
CeeDee Lamb on a little jet sweep, gets around the edge, gets a good block from Gallup, and Lamb fighting his way for a first down. Little wrinkle to get number 88 the ball. And it looks like they have him in kind of a hybrid role for Gonzalez. Here's Prescott looking to throw a fade for CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. Touchdown, Dallas.
Turpin in return. Prescott gets away, throws, and CeeDee Lamb is open with some space to Niner territory to the 36-yard line.
And I would imagine the Cowboys go after him.
Prescott over the middle. There's Lamb again. 2 big plays. And a first down at the Charger 41.
Desde la 29 entonces, 55 segundos. Y viene Dak Prescott. Ahora sí, están prácticamente obligados a lanzar largo. Y ahí está conectando con CeeDee Lamb.
Prescott steps through. CeeDee Lamb, first down Dallas.
Early on has no answers to this Rams front.
2nd and long. 4-man rush. Prescott gets rid of it. Over the middle, CeeDee Lamb. Nice catch and move. Lamb turns on the speed to the outside and a first down. CeeDee Lamb, jet sweep. Has a block. Lamb inside the 40 and a first down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle. Fires. Caught. CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. Yeah, it will be. And considering, here's Prescott back to throw. Quick hitter over the middle. Lamb in traffic. Makes the catch. Still on his feet. Down inside the 20. 3 touchdowns, 22 of 28, 250 yards. CeeDee Lamb, a career high in receptions. That'll give you an idea. Prescott looking for more, and Lamb, a poster over. On the fake. Prescott lofting. Lamb open. He's got it. Still on his feet. Now taken down inside the 5. And it's CeeDee Lamb on 4th and 1. Who delivers to make it 1st and goal? Got to get to the 24. Pressure on Prescott. He gets away. Looking down the field. Firing. And it's caught for the 1st down. CeeDee Lamb got open. And
for this Dallas offense.
Prescott. Quick hit over the middle. Lamb in stride. 1st down. CeeDee Lamb runs away from Byard. And a big gain as CeeDee Lamb up to the 49. On the fake. Prescott over the middle deep. Lamb in stride. CeeDee Lamb has a 1st down.
They're going to need to show up big today to keep this Dallas offense at bay.
As Ferguson in motion. Pressure on Prescott. Gets rid of it. Lamb. One-hander. CeeDee Lamb. And the extra 5 yards was a penalty on Banks, who was on Lamb again. Here's a fake. Now it's Lamb on the reverse. Has a seam. CeeDee Lamb scores. Touchdown, Dallas.
Here we go.
Play clock at 0. They just get it off. Prescott pumps. Has a man. CeeDee Lamb has got it inside the 30.
Yeah, here we go.
2nd and 18. Prescott delivers. Good catch made. 4-man rush. Stunts picked up. Deep over the middle, and CeeDee Lamb who makes another big catch. Into Giants territory, down to the 40.
Yeah, here we go.
Looking, throwing end zone. Another one for CeeDee Lamb and a touchdown, Dallas. 3rd and goal. Panthers show blitz. They come with it. Prescott floating one for the corner. Caught! CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
You get the motion to see who's running with him if it's man or zone.
All kinds of time for Dak. Going to the end zone. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys have opened this up. Pollard again going to shift back to the other side. Prescott looks, fires back to the end zone.
Pollard is the backup, a fullback in the game here. Fake to Pollard, protected well, fires, caught, touchdown, CeeDee Lamb. Prescott using all of the play clock. Handed this time to Lamb. 1st down, a lot more. Tackled from behind to save a touchdown.
Bring full. Prescott bouncing, looking, escaping, throwing on the run. Flag is down as Lamb catches it, takes it to the end zone for a touchdown. But there is a flag down, and this is coming back. A conversion rate in Dallas was good, picking up 3rd downs on the 1st drive. And got one here on the 2nd to CeeDee Lamb to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 27. And a couple of big shots to Lamb already.
3rd and 4. Prescott has time. Looking, throwing into a tight window, and it's caught by CeeDee Lamb. Great throw from Prescott, and the drive continues as Lamb with a big play.
A positive drive. For their sake, hopefully end with a touchdown.
Yeah, get it to Lamb on the run, diving, and he's in for the touchdown. CeeDee Lamb gets the rushing touchdown.
So how much does Mike McCarthy want to rely on that in these early downs?
2nd down, Prescott quick throw again. Lamb in stride, room to run. He's down inside the 20, makes the move. CeeDee Lamb is going to score. Dolphins show blitz. They come with it. Prescott in trouble. Gets rid of it far side. Lamb in stride.
beautiful throw, and there is his first catch since the first quarter, and it's a first down.
You know, they've been having a revolving door opposite of Cam Sutton. 3rd down and 4, and that's catch number 1 for Lamb. Makes a move after going around Sutton, and he's still rumbling down inside the 40. Now 3rd down and 13, blitz coming. Prescott able to get out of the end zone, and now airs it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. When he gets there, it's a touchdown, Cowboys. On top.
Dak pro centro do campo, consegue a conexão. Lá vem o CeeDee Lamb, invadiu o campo ofensivo, primeira para 10.
Prescott over the middle. It's caught. Lamb is in. Touchdown.
Post-bye week, they've been amongst the best offenses in the league.
Prescott can't find anyone. Retreats. Point says go right there. Caught. Lamb again.
It's just got to be so disappointing for this group. Everything went your way.
Prescott now going to air it out. CeeDee Lamb makes the catch in stride. And it's a nice play, but a little bit too late.